In health and safety culture, we will be seeing how to improve the health and safety culture in an organization. Under this, we will be studying these points: the management, commitment, and leadership. What will be the commitment of the management, and how the leadership, we must set a good leadership for others to follow the health and safety parameters. Then we will be seeing the competent workers. What is the meaning of competent workers? We will be seeing what is effective communication. We will see the cooperation and consultation. What is the difference? How to do that? And what is the good training? We will be seeing. We will be going to see the first subtopic: management, commitment, and leadership. I have already said in beginning, I'm not going to give you the detailed classes here. For that, you have to check with check with your notebook, or you have to, maybe you can go for the outside for the learning partners. But here my task or my aim is to provide you the brief information, well-versed in idea about the topics. So here we will be going to see the management, commitment, and leadership. I don't need to speak more about management, commitment, and leadership, as all of us, you know what exactly it means. But here we will be seeing this question, which is very important, which covers this topic. That is, what are the practical ways to demonstrate the health and safety commitment by a manager? The question is, they are asking, the Nibosh is asking the question in such a manner like, if a manager is there, how can he demonstrate? If you are a manager in a company, what are the practical ways in which you can show that you are committed to your health and safety policies? So the first one is to behave safely. It means he had to behave safely by leading an example. If a manager set a good example in front of others, then it shows he is committed to the health and safety. So the second one is the involvement in the day-to-day management of health and safety. For example, by attending the safety meetings, he can show he is involved. He is very much involved in the different tasks. Then he can take part in safety tours or audits. If he is involved in safety tours, audits he is conducting, it shows. The fourth one is the promoting the changes to improve health and safety. How he can improve? He can improve the changes in the health and safety. It shows his commitment. And the last one is enforcing the company safety rules. He have to enforce the safety rules. If someone is not following up, if he sees, if in some work a safety rule has to be implemented, then he has to implement. This is his responsibility. If he is implementing, it shows his commitment, shows the positive safety culture of the company. But if he is not implementing, it shows the negative culture of the company and shows it doesn't have any commitment to the health and safety. Another question: explain the influence of peers. What is the meaning of influence of peers? So all the people together into groups and how they interact, that is the influence of peer, how they will affect the individual. For example, if a worker is joining in a company, there will be different group of people in our company. So this group of people will come, they will approach him, and they will try to add this new guy into their group. So this guy will be affected by the working procedure of the group. For example, if the group is working safely, if they follow the safety procedures, everything, if they follow the safety rules, obviously this guy will be also trying to follow the safety rules. But if the group is against the safety rules, what will happen is even if this guy wanted to work safely, but this group will put some pressure on him. Like they will be like guiding him, hey buddy, why you are working separately, hey, just leave it, don't work like this. So this is what they will be putting pressure on this guy. So this is what the influence of peer, how it will affect. So it is good, the influence of peer is good if the group is following the safety procedures, but it will be really harmful if they are not following the safety principles. The another subject which will be differentiate between the consultation and the information. So what is the difference between the consultation and information, which is very important term in the Nibosh. So if you see, the consultation is a two-way process. Two-way process in the means it will be two-way information sharing. Like in a consultation, both the parties will be involved with each other and they will share the information. For example, if you consult with your workers, it means that you will be giving the You will be sharing your policies, you will be telling all the procedures to a worker, and in turn, if he have any doubts, he will be asking to you. So it will be like the two-way communication. But what is information? Information means it is a one-way. If you are putting something on your notice board, and if you leave the site, like if you are putting something on your notice board where the workers can read the information, or if you put any kind of posters, everything, so it will be like a information where only one-way communication is there. You are just giving your information to others. That is what the information.